These pigs were staring down at me on the other shelf, and I was like, what is it? Oh, it's a bank, right? I wanted to get this item listed up right away so I could run it in a live sale, seeing how it's for St. Patty's Day. I also listed up these 2 Navajo pottery mini vases. And these I've had up on eBay for a long time, so I'm cross-posting those along with this coffee cup. And this is one of my more recent finds. I want to keep changing up my setup and my items, adding new items in, taking items away. Even some of my more recent finds, I want to get those into live sales. So I took the tiered tray down. I put all my Valentine's Day items here. I figured get rid of the Easter items and bring those back later. That's what my thought was. And I wanted to add in my St. Patty's Day find that I just got. This one and that one. And I grabbed all kinds of extra items that I just got too. I go around my emporium. I went downstairs. I'm like, what else can I add really quickly? Even one-off items like that mug back there. So I ran it from like 9:30 to maybe 11 or so. And I sold a bunch of items. Let me show you what sold. I'm going to move this out of the way so I have a little bit more room on the table. And then I'm going to stack up the things that sold. I sold this Monroe Saltworks dish. I sold these little Navajo little vases. Oh, and we were having fun with the flowers. When I would show things, I would like stick the flowers inside of things like this. Just to kind of like give you ideas like what it would look like to have just flowers in it like that, artificial or real ones. This sold, this little planter. Over here, this trinket dish sold. I had somebody ask about these. They only wanted one of the 3 glasses. So she wants this one. I'm going to have to create a separate listing for it and revise the listing I have for the other 2 glasses. So technically that didn't sell yet, but that's something I'm going to do. These 3 glasses back here sold. Let me move those this way. And I'm going to move this back. There we go. Put it like this. So those sold. This over here sold. Gotta keep moving things around. So let me see if I got that right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait a sec. Oh. And this back here sold. That's 7. 7 items. But I also sold 2 more out of my Buy It Now. So while I'm running the live auction, somebody went into my Buy It Now and they bought this shot glass. This is that Libby shot glass that they did with Southern Comfort. Really nice looking shot glass there. And she also, oh, I don't know if it's the same person, but somebody bought, might have been the same person that bought both. I don't remember now. Not until I get in there and look. And then this is just a single OCI shaker. And it's the dog. And we talked about the dog. Like, what kind of dog is it? there was a really good discussion. Lots of people were popping in. It just turned out to be a really good show, and I'm so happy. Somebody had also asked me to run this piece. We talked about this giant Cupid heart-shaped ceramic. It's not a trinket box. We were like, oh, you could put all your candy in there. And we talked about all the different kinds of candy we would put inside of it. And so I went to run it on my live auction and couldn't find it on my list. And I thought, oh, it must be in the Buy It Now. Go in my Buy It Now. It wasn't there either. Here I put it out on, it's out on the marketplace as an actual like 3-day auction. So a person went and bid on it there, the same person that wanted me to run it. She's like, oh, I found it. I put a bid on it. So it's currently running. It has a little over 2 days to go yet. And assuming nobody outbids her, although she can keep bidding on it if somebody outbids her, she's going to win that auction. So I'll let you know how that turns out later on this piece. My total cost of goods on all the items that sold was $19.76. And I sold them for $76 plus shipping. I added this Doe Ridge pottery vase to my next Knickknacks live show, along with this hobbyist vase. Although my table looks virtually the same, I did add in some new items, such as that and this. And I brought a few items back from previous sales and throw them into the mix. I had 2 sales, one in my Buy It Now and one during my show. I did an hour-long show as a pop-up. Let me move this out of the way this way. So I sold that and this item, little bud vase, and the Welch's glass with Winnie the Pooh and the owl on it. And it's the number 1 out of 6. That's what she was looking for. I have the other ones back there. I had them all 3 as a set, but she just wanted this one, so I separated it out. We exchanged messages, and she was able to buy that out of my Buy It Now. My cost of goods on this is $3.99, and I sold it for $13 plus shipping. And this item, I got it at the thrift store, and then I used it in my own decor for years in vignettes. I would flip it around to this side for the fall. I would put flowers in there. Maybe not a pink one, but you get it. Let me grab a brown one over here. I would put different flowers in it, different stems that I had for like fall decor. So I used it September, October, and November. This is Dena with Left Finds reporting on the weather. It's bright and sunny. She's outside, but it's only 3 degrees. We have a polar vortex coming in. It is Monday, Martin Luther King Day. The thrift stores are open. Kind of glad for that. I'm going to be meeting up with my daughter later, and we're going to do some thrifting together also. And I am going to head into a Salvation Army to see what I can find to flip for a profit. I have been to this location before. I'm in Walled Lake area of Michigan. I think that's the name of the town. I'm not sure. But it's been about 2 years since I've been in this location. Yellow tags are 50% off. These are pretty. They look modern now. Candle for $16.99. Oh, I'm liking that. That's a really pretty nappy dish. Made in Austria for $5. Looking over here at the other shelf, I recognize that pattern right away. I have a teacup that matches it. It is going to be that cottage garden. Yep, Ainsley. It says 4 for $6.99. I see 3 here. This one's different though. Oh, up here's the 4th one. Well, I'm going to have to put these in the cart and think about them. You know, you're always finding the teacups made by Ainsley, but not the mugs. I'm still at the front of the store and I already found 5 items. There's a couple things on this shelf that are really neat. The owls are really pretty. 2 for $15. It's a neat, I don't know if that's milkless or not. $7.99. $16.99 for the teapot. That is really neat looking though. Back there is where I'm going to be heading next. My favorite shelves. I'm going to do a quick look through the linens. I found some really good linens here last time. And I actually use them up in my emporium. Oh, let's look at these. Always on the hunt for really well-made crocheted afghans in good colors. I kind of am liking this. How much do they want for this? Where is the price tag? Uh-oh, they're stuck on each other. I am not seeing a oh, there it is. Oh, $11.99. Purple tag. This is not well made, as you can see. I'm going to keep looking. I'm kind of looking through to the other side too to see if there's any on that side. Back here's all the comforters. I don't see any more crocheted items. Oh, wait a sec. Take that back. What's up here? Yeah, that's in rough shape. $5.99. Oh, there's a whole bunch on that side. Let's go around. Let's look through these. Very colorful. Looks to be like maybe a lap blanket. Oh, kind of like this one. I'm liking the colors. $6.99. Pretty pastel, very soft, but it's got a hole in it. That's a really tiny little blanket. This is like a baby blanket, like a lap blanket. I hate when you don't work your ends in, but I do have a crochet hook. I can fix that. $7.99. Oh, this one's actually knit and not crocheted. Oh, they crocheted the fringe though. Pretty. Alright, I'm going to think about this one. Put that in the cart for now. I think I like the bright colors up mixed in with the black, but I'm going to leave that one behind too. It turns out this is not a blanket, it's a shawl. That's pretty. Alright, I'm going to put that back. A quick look down the middle aisle, but I didn't see anything. So I'm heading toward baskets and wood. I always want to give a couple minutes to this area. That is so cute for $12.99. I have a specific person in mind for this item. I have to put this up here for now. I just found another one of those stone trinket boxes, and this one's not damaged, but it's $6.99. It has a beautiful flower on it. I'm sure that would have said made in India. I recognize that from that terra firma bowl I have. Ellen Evans, yeah, USA, same maker. Oh, looks like it's maybe been repaired. $6.99. This is so cute. Look at her eyes. Oh, I can't see it. It's a left-in music box. $8.99. Back here. I actually have that mug at home with the white flower. This kind of looks like dragonware, but isn't. I don't know. There's 3 of them here. 3 for $6.99. I don't know. They look worn on the edges too. Still lots of Christmas. The whole way down the aisle. So this looks vintage. It's a voodoo. It's got a candle in there that's melted, but you can't get it out unless you, I guess, break it up. $1.99. I think it's just it looks like a hobbyist. It's hard to tell. I'm gonna put that in there. Looking for vintage items in this aisle here. There's a few. I was looking at this. This is hand painted. It is signed by the artist. $6.99. Beautiful, but I just don't know about that price. These pigs were staring down at me on the other shelf, and I was like, what is it? Oh, it's a bank, right? 2006 CM red wine, made in China. And then it says, his money for the little piggy and her money for the big one. There were 2 of these Pier 1 plates. I picked them up and put them in the cart. I saw this Longaberger picture on the shelf, but they wanted $19.99, so it had to stay there. I am in the planter aisle and vases. Let's see if there's anything here. That is really vintage, very dirty. $6.99 though. I'd have to really think about that. Maybe I gotta check it over, make sure there's no chips or cracks. So I would look at these Pier 1 plates, 2 for $4.99. These are coming up as a poppy, but the other ones actually said poppy on the back. I'm going to put these back. I did try to look them up. It was very hard to find them because they kept bringing up the other plates. And I did put back the piggy bank. For now, this is going to be down here. And then I'm going to get this for my live shows. I already started digging in my favorite bin here. I found these. They say Cambridge on them. Although they're very lightweight. I don't know. I like the hammered the hammered look to them. This is a Gail Pittman chip and dip for Southern Living, and it is beautiful. I would love to get it, but they wanted $16.99 for it. I am back up at the front of the store on the other side, and these beautiful mugs were here in the corner. There were 6 of them. They wanted $16.99 for them. I am back in my car. I'm trying to warm up. I can't even feel my fingers. I had newspaper back there to wrap up the breakables. I only had to wrap up half of what was in my cart. Some of the items are for me. My total spend was a little over $50, but if you take out the few items that were for me that aren't related to reselling, it was like $29.85 thereabouts. I have to warm up. It says it's 10 degrees out, you know, which that's frostbite warnings. I know as a skier, that's always on our minds. And I am surprised how fast. I was only out there in my trunk there for a few minutes. And I was only doing the things that were going to break. I wrapped them up in newspaper and put them in a bag. I actually stood for a minute or two back in the store to try to warm up my fingers a little bit before coming back out to the car. I will do the haul when I can be somewhere where I can be warm. I'm going to do the haul from the Salvation Army. These are the items that I got to sell online. I had bought a few items for myself personally, and then I also bought items to be using in my business for my live sales. You'll see those at some point, especially if you go over to knickknacks.net and register to that marketplace. And then you can join in on the live sales, whether you're just watching them all or if you want to buy items. If you want to buy items, you just have to update your payment method and address and all of that information. Of course, I do sell on multiple platforms, and I do cross-post my items to eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, and whatnot. And you guys know I'm an everything seller, but these are all vintage. This should look familiar. See the butterfly and the flowers on there? This is, let me just turn it over so we can get a good look at the back. It's made by Ainsley Cottage Garden, fine bone china, made in England. So I have the teacup and saucer that match it. And now I have 3 mugs that also go along with that. I'm going to sell them probably separately. And then there's this one, which is different, also very pretty. And this one is also an Ainsley. And that one says Just Orchids. Starting to learn my patterns for Ainsley, which is fun. I paid $6.99 for the 4 of them, and I expect to get anywhere between $40 and $48 for them. I was surprised to find anything in the Christmas aisle. I was so glad to see this vintage candle holder in here, and it has remnants of a melted candle. It's $1.99. It looks hobbyist to me. Not signed or anything. I would expect to get in that, $8 to $10, maybe $12 at the highest. This was so fun to find because it's so old, so vintage. Love that it's a planter. Paid up for it. $6.99. I almost didn't put that in the cart. That's a lot to pay for a figurine. But I'm going to put this up on a live sale. We'll see how well she does. I'll let you know when she sells. And then this nappy dish. Look how beautiful that is. Let's see the label on the back. Just going to try to very carefully put that down. So I paid $4.99 for it, and it says Austria on it. It has two stamps, which is unusual. You don't see two stamps like that, but just love that. I don't know how much this will go for either. I'm going to put this up on a live sale. So I might start it at like $8, maybe $10, something like that. And we'll see what happens. It could sell for that, or it could get bid up. Same with this item. Probably in that same starting bid range. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Put any comments down below. I love reading your comments. And I will catch you guys on the next one.